Hi everybody, it's Galactic Man Larry here again with another action figure review, and today we have in front of us Indiana Jones from the Adventure series line. And yeah, it's the only figure I'm getting, at least for now, of this line. But yeah, it's the one I wanted to get. The other ones I'm not like so, yeah, I wasn't so convinced, let's say. But I guess like Indiana Jones, you have to have. And yeah, there's some good things and there's some weird things about the figure. But first of all, let's check the packaging. You can see there, of course, well, you saw already like the render here has some glossy overlay on top of it, like they've been doing with other lines as well. That same applies for the logo of Indiana Jones Adventure series. Build an artifact, no, doesn't have any gloss. And anyway, you have it's of course a windowless packaging. That's why I already took the figure out. Here you have the rest of the wave, some legal stuff. Build an artifact, and you build the, I guess that's the Ark. Yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark. I mean, I haven't watched these movies in ages, so I really have to watch all of them to remind. Yeah. And you can see he comes with a whip, his satchel, the idol thing, his little revolver, the like rolled whip, and a set of extra hands, as well as to build an artifact piece. Some artwork here. I mean, Lucasfilm always has nice artwork. Let's take this out of the way. The figure is already here. First of all, let's check the two parts of the Ark here. This kind of winged figures, I was gonna say this, yeah, kind of winged men-like things, nicely sculpted. And you can see they have like this, well, like the typical like gold plastic. It's a bit transparent, but they have paint on top, so they did that right. But yeah, I mean, and they look good by themselves. You can put them wherever you want if you don't want to build the whole arc. They're nice little pieces to decorate something or to give a finish to some other project you might have there. Here's this idol, or whatever this thing is called. Again, I have to watch the movies again because I have no idea what the scene was. Yeah, nice little piece of gold painted thing. You have, well, you can see the hands. They use a whole new system, for me at least, with Hasbro. They go inside of they have a peg hole there, you know. And yeah, here you have this like holding hand. You have, this is like the whip hand, but it's the same side as the revolver. I would have liked to have maybe, even if maybe never happened at the film, it could have been cool to have this same hand for the other side, you know. You have a couple of fists, and that would be it for the hands. Again, a peg holder, you know, for a ball thing. And you have the whip. It came inside of the box all rolled. I put it into hot water, and it gave it this shape, you know, to be a bit more extended. And he comes also with this other whip, which is just rolled there in this shape. It should go in this part here of the belt, but it's a pain to. I mean, I heated the whole figure because I needed to unstiff the feet and some other parts. But this thing, like, I managed to close it, and at some point it just popped open again, and it fell. And I tried like 5 times, and yeah, it's just that little peg hole there, and this little peg which doesn't have enough. It just gets in, but it gets out the same, you know. It doesn't have any like securance, or I'm inventing words, I guess. And you have this very tiny, almost vintage collection size revolver. I don't know why I mean, maybe it's like that, but it would be like a caliber 22 revolver. I don't know, it's super tiny. Maybe, yeah, maybe it's right, but I feel like it's a very small piece, you know. And that should go here in the holster. I haven't tried to do that yet because it was also a bit hard to get the holster to be close. It surely can get in, and we'll check that at the end, maybe, just to not lose time with that. Now let's get straight into the figure. You can see the face. I think it does look like him. Yeah, in the camera the eyes look a bit much, I mean, because of the lightning the eyes reflect a lot of light, yeah, but yeah, I think they manage. I mean, the profile I think is nice. It does look like Harrison Ford to me. Yeah, I think it's there. Could be better, maybe. Yes, I don't know, but I think they're getting there at least. And one nice thing is, I mean, the hat has a lot of, well, has it has paint. It has a bit of weathering, if I'm right, and it has a, like dry brush. I don't know if it's a proper dry brush or digitally applied. It looks like a dry brush to me. Also in the jacket there, you can see he has, I mean, the thing is worn, and I like that they put the effort. I think the shirt could use a little wash, a discreet beige or some wash that would go along with the colors, as well as the trousers. They do have at the bottom here also like a dry brush for dirt or sand or a mix of both. He has a painted belt, the upper one with the painted buckle, a painted buckle here in this auto belt. The satchel is a separate piece. If I would take the figure apart, take the jacket off and all of that, I would be able to take this satchel also off, but I'll leave it there. I think it's where it belongs, and you can see the hat is I mean, it's glued there, and yeah, no way to take it off, I guess. I mean, yeah, if you pry it apart, but the hair is painted on. The hat is a separate piece. He has a bit of a stubble here. Is that the way how you call it, like the 3-day beard? And the face has, if I'm right, also a bit of shading around the nose and all of that. So yeah, they did put all the paint that they didn't use for the Mara Jade figure. This guy, I mean, yeah, if you're gonna start an Indiana Jones line, I think you have to make the Indiana Jones figure like really to look good, and I think the figure does look good. Is it perfect? I don't know, but I mean, of course it could be better this here and there, but I think the figure is actually really nice. Let's check the articulation. He can look up that far. He can look down that far. I mean, and as you can see, the neck is also on a ball to the torso, going into the shirt. He has a nice side tilt. I mean, because this guy, the head is on a double ball peg, and maybe it's not the best ball peg, but it has, yeah, it gives you can see, I mean, it gives a lot of expression, movement, and all of that. Yeah, and he can of course turn all the way around. The arms can go all around. He has butterfly joints. You can see this, and they, I think, are not that bad. He can go backwards that far. I mean, and the jacket is there, yeah, and it's already, I mean, it's a thin and flexible enough material that it actually behaves, let's say, like a normal jacket would do. He can do some cross action, but of course the jacket will push it a bit away, but he has a bit. If the jacket wouldn't be there, I think, of course, the butterfly, yeah, you could properly use it. You have no bicep cut, but you have the cut at the elbow, and there you have slightly over 90 degrees, or more than slightly over, and there's where you can have your bicep turn. The hands, again, that's the weird decision. Let's pop this one off. They come off relatively easy, but there you can see it's like a peg with a ball which belongs to the arm. It's I mean, I think it's sturdy enough, it's thick enough, and it's hard plastic, so it won't break, I think, that easily. But the thing is, they did it somehow that, I mean, it goes a bit deep into the hand, so you cannot really, I mean, if it's a ball peg, you should have a lot of all-around movement, yeah, but you just have slightly wiggly, wiggly adjustments. And this other hand is also like, yeah, it doesn't have that much of a range, I mean, can turn all the way around, and you can just slightly move it in and out and all of that. But yeah, I don't know what made them make that decision. The torso, I mean, he has no ab crunch, as you can see, but he can lean backwards that far because he has a ball joint at the waist. Forward is, what a surprise, almost nothing. Yeah, a bit of a shame, or a huge shame, because yeah, could be useful. He has nice leaning to the sides. I mean, every direction but forward is actually pretty decent, you know. Just forward he could really, I mean, he has some, this would be like neutral, I guess. That much, it's just a little bit, but it could be better going forward, definitely. And there's where he has, of course, he's turning around, and it feels very easy to turn, and I'm not feeling like I'm forcing the peg. You can see maybe that the revolver is holstered. It's super tiny, but it's there. I'll see if I can give him another gun at some point, just to check. You have that much splits, so not bad for Indiana Jones. Could be better, yeah, but it's something. Just the slightest amount going backwards. He has a thigh cut, of course. He can kick forward. Is that over 90 degrees? Let's say 90 degrees, maybe slightly over 90 degrees. He can, I mean, the knee can bend backwards that far, slightly over 90 backwards. Forwards, it has a stop there, but you can force it a little bit. I don't know why you would like to. I mean, to like break his legs. Nothing at the, I mean, no boot cut or shin cut, whatever. You have the feet that can go backwards that far. I oiled them, as you can see. Maybe it's a bit oily there. The feet can go forwards that far. I mean, he has a little bit of shape on the trousers there, so he can really do just a little bit, but hey, better than nothing, you know. Backwards is okay, forward is a bit more limited. I like the shape of the shoes, and they also have a little bit of like scuffing and, you know, like dry brushing there. It looks a bit milky, but yeah. And he also, I mean, the feet can also turn. I mean, that piece, you can see it goes into the trousers, and you can turn that. Those are never like my favorite thing ever, but hey, it gives a little bit more of movement, and you can of course make adjustments at the, and actually the angle of the, what's the name, the ankle tilt is not that terrible. Just the feet are a bit flat, you know. I mean, the shoes, they look really good, but I mean, you have like a thin feet there. But yeah, the adjustment, I mean, you won't get all the motion, all the range, but it's, I think it will help, you know. Just to show that you can give him another weapon. This is the gun that came with the Captain America from the Peggy Carter and Steve Rogers 2-pack from a couple of years ago. I think it looks nice. I mean, and it should be from the same, like, time, era, you know. And there you have Indiana Jones next to Vulcan, the MCU, Moon Knight, Snake Eyes, CoverGirl, Eclipse, and Psylocke. And next to a Crimson Guard, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia Organa, Mara Jade, and the Extremis Armor Iron Man. And yeah, I think this Indiana Jones is a really cool figure. A weird set of, I mean, a couple of weird decisions with this little thing and the engineering for the hands. I don't know why they changed that for this figure or for this line maybe, but yeah, I mean, at least the figure looks good, has a decent amount of articulation. Leaning forward could be better, otherwise I'm kind of happy with what we have. Of course, double jointed knees would have done better, or double jointed elbows as well. Yeah, but it's like if it were a Black Series figure instead of being more like G.I. Joe or Marvel Legends. I don't know why, but that's the way they do it with the Lucasfilm licensed products, and yeah, whatever. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, and all of that. I mean, I can recommend the figure. It depends only if you want it, of course, but I think it's on the better side of things, with some possible improvements, but it's still, I think it's, at least it's to my liking, you know. So take care, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao, ciao.